a place you consider to be beautiful, a place with no worries, with no problems. It may be a forest, it may be a seashore, it may be a meadow, a place you consider to be beautiful and peaceful. Can you find a place like that?
Yes.
Will you tell me about it?
Lying on a grassy hill, I'm staring up on a big, massive tree. Let's visualize it, and there's a storm coming. So there's a warm weather, rain, bumps of rain, smell of rain, sound of thunder.
What are some things that you see in your beautiful place?
I really just see that big tree.
You see a big tree.
Yeah.
Are you in the tree?
Well, I'm very fond of I'm on hill. On a grassy hill.
Besides for the rain, do you hear anything?
I don't know. I hear birds chirping in the trees next to you.
And you said you smell the rain in the air?
Yeah.
You have no worries in a place like that. It's peaceful. There's no worries and no problems. Take a deep breath in and enjoy the fresh, rainy air. Exhale and relax. Can you see the sky from where you are?
Yes.
As you look up at the sky, picture a beautiful, fluffy cloud coming into view. I'm going to ask you to do something. It may sound strange, but I would like for you to float up to that cloud and sit on it. What would it feel like to sit on a cloud?
Very comfortable.
Some people think it feels like a comfortable chair of cotton, but it will hold you like magic. It's very comfortable, isn't it?
Yes.
Lay back on that comfortable cloud. Allow it to absorb all of your weight. It's such a beautiful, wonderful feeling. It's like you don't have any weight at all. You can become one with that beautiful cloud. If you lay back on the cloud, allow it to absorb all of your weight. If you want to, you can wrap up in the cloud. You can snuggle down into the cloud. It's such a beautiful, comfortable, safe feeling. It's almost as though you don't have a body. As you become one with that big, soft, comfortable, safe cloud. And this cloud, it begins to float, and it's carrying you with it through the air, drifting and floating and drifting. And this cloud drifts over the land and over the valley and over the mountains. It can even flow over the ocean if you want it to, carrying you with it. Soft, protected, comfortable, and safe. Drifting and floating, floating and drifting over the land, over the valleys, protected and safe. And this cloud is magic because not only can it carry you over the land and over the valleys, it can carry you back and back and back in time and space to another time, another place where there is information we would like to find to help you the very best way that we can. The cloud is moving and it's carrying you back and back and back. We are now looking for the most appropriate time and place to stop, look, and experience. The most appropriate time and place to stop, examine, and look. Now the cloud has slowed down at the most appropriate time and place to stop and look. The cloud is now stopped at the most appropriate time and place. I would like for you to drift gently off the cloud like a leaf falling gently from a tree back down, down to the surface. We're going to go back down, down to the surface. We're drifting off the cloud. And tell me the very first thing that you see.
I see a massive cavern that is illuminated by these massive orange crystals.
What is it that you're doing here?
I'm just existing there. I'm just sitting around. Not really doing much.
Do you smell anything around the crystals?
Say again?
Do you smell anything around the crystals?
I'm sorry, do I smell them?
Is there a smell around them? Like in the air?
Uh-huh. The air is very ionized, and yeah, it smells really mineral. It smells like there's a lot of minerals in there.
Okay. Do you have a body?
Yes.
Are you male or female?
I need it. I need it.
Okay. Are you wearing anything?
No.
Okay. Are you a part of the cave?
No. I'm a separate organism.
And what does that feel like?
There's a feeling of raw, undiluted, unchallenged power. And it's one of the
And what is it that you do that helps you to feel that way?
It's the certainty and control that I have when I have to, because I'm strong enough and I'm sturdy enough to climb any surface, hang from the ceiling. I can crush the rock with my bare hands, and there's nothing there to challenge it.
So can you describe your body to me? Like tell me what it looks like?
Yeah. So I'm this purple humanoid, bipedal thing with it's just this purple smooth rock. I have purple skin, but it's a very, very rough skin. There's no hair or anything. It's not scales, it's not fur, it's skin. More like a leather than anything. I have 4 legs and got 3 fingers on each arm. Got 2 legs. I got 3 toes on each leg.
What is it that gives you your strength and your power?
Say again?
What is it that gives you your strength and your power, or that makes you feel that you have unchallenged power?
The time that I've spent in this cave existing has given me this sense of power to live this long, to survive as long as I have, and survive.
How long have you survived? How old are you?
I'm 240 years old.
And how do you keep track of that? How do you know what time is?
I don't, but the biological calendar within me keeps track of that. It's just aware of that. Not that it's counting birthdays or that's counting time, because there's really no way to tell if it's passing.
And are you by yourself, or are there others?
I'm the only thing in this cavern. It's cool.
So you're surviving by yourself?
Yeah. There's nothing else there, honestly. It's more like a cell or a prison than anything.
And you said it's like a prison or a cell?
Yeah, because there's nothing else in there. There's no predators, there's no other life other than myself.
Do you feel healthy?
Very.
What is it that you eat?
I don't eat or drink anything. I just exist.
Okay. Do you have a need to carry anything? Or have any possessions?
There's nothing to carry.
What is your relationship with the crystals in the cave?
Crystals are like environmental regulators. They keep it warm and they keep it lit. It's really good. I can break them from the walls, but I can't damage them themselves. I don't have that kind of strength. So they're really tough, very resilient. They're very tough, resilient material.
And you said this provides light and warmth from the crystals?
Yeah.
So what is it that you do with your time?
I just move around the cave. There's a little else to do. I've explored pretty much all of it. It's just one big circular cavern.
Have you ever left the cavern?
Not since I was placed in there. Not since I went there.
You were placed in there?
No, I wasn't placed in there. I was more than I went in there. I was tricked is the best word. I was tricked into visiting or getting I was tricked into going into this cavern, and my tribesmen collapsed the entrance to this cave. So I had no way out. No way really to do anything other than just sit.
Who or what tricked you?
My people. They determined that I wasn't worthy of staying with this tribe, and I was too angry now, I was too careless at this anger, so they sent me to a cave to fight something that didn't really exist, and before I knew it, they sealed the entrance from me. So now I exist in this cave, just existing.
And you can't break the rocks to get out? Or the entrance?
I've tried moving them. It's more of like every creature has its limitations, and there's some rock that are just too big for me to move. Too big for me to clear out of the way.
And you can survive in there without any nourishment?
Yeah.
So on an average day, what is it that you do with all of your time?
The majority of my time is going through parts of the cave trying to find if there's anything that I can use to get out of it. If there's any way that I can get out. And another part of me knows that maybe I shouldn't move. Part of me knows that I'm there for a reason, and as such, just accept where I'm at.
Let's leave that scene and let's move forward to an important day, a day you consider to be important. We have now moved forward to an important day, a day you consider to be important. We have now arrived to your important day. What is happening?
So, it's the day that I finally stopped. It's the day that I not only stopped attempting to find an escape, but also surrendered that my path may just be existing here until I expire. When there's just a tiny little hole in sunlight that gets that starts to shine through the top of the cave. So I go to check it out, and I realize that I'm finally able to pull myself free. And now that I'm outside, I see the snowcat mounds in this area that looks like it's been hit by a magnifying tube, breaking free from my prison.
How does it feel once you've gotten out?
It feels strange. Like, I don't know what to do with myself. And what I've known for so long that I stopped thinking about what it would be like to live outside of that. I think that became the only thing that I knew.
Do you find others like you?
No.
Is there anything or anyone left?
If there is, I haven't found it.
Okay. And let's move forward to the day of your death in the lifetime we're watching. You may be an observer, but let's now move forward to the day that you have died. Is anyone with you?
Yes.
Who's with you?
I am in an arena with another person of my talent, surrounded by spectators. We're fighting to the death.
And what is it that you feel?
Rage, peace, acceptance, rage and peace, feelings that are crazy thing, but I've accepted that this is where I'm going to die. and I'm okay with that. I'm still angry with my opponent, but I don't fear them. I don't fear them. I don't fear anything.
Does the other person say anything to you?
What?
Does the other person say anything to you?
No.
What is it that they're doing?
They hit me in the side of the head with, looks like the head of an axe. It's like pretty much where my ear and my jaw would be, but they pretty much just, they used it to pretty much split my head off.
They split your head in half?
Yeah, from the side.
You will not have any physical sensations. Whatever has happened has already happened and on the other side of it. From this perspective, you can look back at the entire life and view it. Every life has a lesson. What was the lesson of this lifetime?
No one's stopping you from getting into your darkness, but just because you can't entertain that, just because you can entertain that darkness and let it consume you, doesn't mean you should.
And what was the purpose of going and living in solitude?
Your actions have consequences, and recognizing that even though it might feel, whatever this action is, whatever, even if it might feel justified in your doing, if it's wrong, if it's not aligned with what you know to be the right thing to do, then it's not worth doing.
What was the purpose of the other member splitting his head?
So that my soul and my body can be sent to be given a warrior's death. It could be sent to an honorable afterlife.
And who was the other in his current life now that had split his head?
On my death.
Okay, let's drift away from that light. We're drifting and floating away from that lifetime, leaving the pet there to continue on their journey. They will find peace, and they will find what they're meant to find. We're leaving them to continue on their path. And now I ask for all the consciousness and personality of Donovan to once again return to the body and fully integrate back into his body. I would like for you to imagine a river of white crystal energy. Imagine it runs from head to toe, flowing through the center of your body, allowing you to receive messages from higher power. You're still connected to the present, but allow the higher power to speak through you. May I speak to Donovan's subconsciousness?
Yes.
I respect the power of the subconsciousness because I know the subconscious has the records of everything that's ever happened to Donovan in this lifetime and all other lifetimes that he has lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask permission to speak to it and ask questions. I know the subconscious could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Donovan to see today. Why did you choose the lifetime that we just viewed?
Because so often he feels powerless in his own world, his own home, his own thing. So, to symbolize, to best symbolize that he isn't as helpless as he lets himself believe.
Does that have to do directly with his current path in his life right now?
Yeah, yes.
In what ways?
He feels that his path right now has undermined his sense of personal authority by always being told where to go, when to do it, and how to do it. What he needs to recognize is that this is only temporary, and there will be an opportunity for him to once again take control and responsibility of his own actions and his own life. It's just that right now he is playing the hand that he is dealt, and he needs to recognize that he's not always going to be under this kind of situation.
Can I ask you to do a body scan?
Yes.
Can you tell me how you're doing the body scan?
Like a sonar, we went from the center of my body down.
Will you let me know if you find anything and where?
His lower back is unbelievably tight.
And what's that from?
Tension. Physically, it's from doing the run, but spiritually, it's the burden that he believes he still has to hold on to. Burden of all of his traumas that he's already resolved.
And what will happen if he continues to hold on to these things?
And his back will just continue to grow tighter and tighter until one day he won't be able to move.
So how can he release them, even though he already has, but how can he realize he's released them?
A lot of that, he learns very well from doing things physically, seeing things physically, but he wants that to happen at a pace that is faster than his natural healing process. So he'll put forth the effort initially, but oftentimes fails to recognize that it's through sustained effort, through sustained care, that change will really happen. It's great at starting. It's not great at staying effort.
And how can we bring in healing into it right now?
By giving it's in the orange light, letting it stretch at some point, allowing this muscle group to decompress.
Is that in reference to the crystals that were in the cave?
Yeah.
What's the symbolism between the two?
It's that warm, orange, therapeutic light that invites somebody, like a fire, that invites somebody to be warm and relax and allow yourself out to melt.
So if he notices that there's tension later, what can he do?
The first thing that he can do is he can pause whatever he's doing and stretch. It's the best thing that he can do. By breathing into these areas and allowing them to just relax and release whatever tension they have. He enables these natural healing processes to take care of themselves.
Will you continue scanning his body?
Yeah.
Will you let me know if you find anything else?
That tension in the shoulders, and his legs.
And what is the shoulders tension from? Is it the same thing?
Physically, yes. Spiritually, it's anxiety driven. Scrunching, tightness, and the clenching. So, anxiety. A lot of it's driven by uh, the real world effects of stressful video games. The other part goes to her, uh, goes deeper with the loneliness and getting discouraged with being alone. Being alone as in not having a, a woman in his life.
And is that something that will happen this lifetime?
It's something that he desires, but yes, it's gonna happen. It's just not, it isn't something that you can rush. You can't bring that in prematurely. So it feels that he is in this cycle of being okay with being alone and desperately wanting somebody to love. And that's okay. That's a very human thing to experience. But by letting himself stay trapped in this mentality distracts him from staying present with whatever comes up.
Can you bring healing into that?
Yes,
And what would you do for that?
it's there's a reassurance like that of Christmas Eve as a child where you know that you sit there and you know you've been good all year that Santa's going to come and give you a present. So there's that recognition that a child has to go to sleep at some point so that Santa can come and deliver its presents. But there's still positive, that positive anxiety of waiting expectantly. And the best way to bring healing into that is by assigning that energy a new purpose, a different purpose.
And what is anxiety?
Anxiety is the tension of expectancy. And anxiety can be a monster with
Does it relate to him being that past life where he was trapped in the cave expecting something else?
yes, very well. That restlessness that I want to move, I want to get to this goal, but there's no path, there's no visible path forward, so I must wait.
Well, just like in the past life, eventually, will he be able to see the light?
Eventually. But that doesn't stop him from trying to find his own. It doesn't stop him from trying to look around this cave and find the way.
May I ask other questions to Donovan?
Yes.
To Donovan's subconscious.
Yes.
Okay, I have a friend. Her name is Dee.
And two?
Dee. D-E-E. Dee.
Okay, yeah.
I recently met her, and I told her I did past life regression. And her birthday is within days from right now. She would like a message from her husband. Can you bring forth Dee's husband, Lee, to provide a message for her?
Yes.
And what is the message?
Dee, I am sorry that I left you with an empty house. But I want you to know that I love you and I'm always there with you.
There's a gift in her house. Can you speak more to that gift that's in her house that we just talked about yesterday?
I don't know anything about that gift.
It's something she was gifted after his passing.
I don't see it.
Okay. Let's move forward. Can we ask more questions?
Yeah.
Why is it every house we move into has problems with plumbing?
Because unfortunately, the universe loves its drama and finds that all very so.
What was the reason for what happened 2 weeks ago?
With the plumbing, could you be more specific?
Yes, with the plumbing.
Okay. It looks like there is a ball or a blockage or something. A ball of hair or earth waste shit. That's kind of has clogged up the pipes. It is restricted the water flow.
What was the reason for everything freezing?
There is a
Allow yourself to connect to the crystalline energies from up above. It's flowing down to the top of your head, through your head, in a swirling motion, lighting up everything inside, going down your neck, down through your trunk of your body, down to your waist, all the way down to your toes, filling you with crystalline energy, allowing you to receive messages from higher power. Can you imagine the crystalline energy moving through your body?
yes.
Can you speak with your subconsciousness?
Yes.
I have a friend. Her name is Ruth. Can we please bring in a message for Ruth to her current situation? Just allow it to flow and say the first thing that comes to mind. Don't try to analyze it. Just allow higher power to speak through you.
Yes. So, Ruth is in distress. And I am asking her what she needs right now. That isn't just something like, oh,
Can she have a message from higher power?
yes. If she hasn't completed her taxes, it'll be wise of her to get those taken care of by somebody that she trusts and do that for her.
And how can she do that with her current situation? She can also ask somebody that she loves, somebody that she trusts, to take care of that for her. Why is she supposed to be in the relationship she's in now?
Yes, she is supposed to be in a relationship she's in now.
Why? What does she learn from that relationship?
She has to learn that her personal power is for her, not for him. It's not for whatever stepson that would really be in that picture, for whatever stepson is in that picture, but it's for her. And she cannot move past this relationship until she takes back her personal power.
How is she struggling so much when it appears like she is the one carrying the relationship?
The strongest people will continue to struggle even when they're over encumbered. And whether it's a source of personal pride or a trauma response, they will shoulder whatever burden they're expected to shoulder, and they will place it before their own personal lives. So, while Ruth is a very strong a very capable woman. She also feels that the effort and energy that she put into this relationship needs to make it work out. And what that is doing is that it's allowing this relationship to become a vacuum for her energy, time, and resources.
Now, let's move on to my friend Mike. I have a friend. His name is Mike. Can we move forward and talk about Mike?
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the reason for Mike, his life purpose?
I don't know.
Okay. What is Mike's role in my life?
Mike's role in your life is a mentor.
Have we met in lifetimes before?
No, you have not met Mike before.
Okay. For the experiences that happened through January and February with Mike, what is the reason that he experienced that?
I see a icy road, snow, and some kind of car accident.
Repeat that last, please.
Some kind of car accident.
Okay.
So,
Was he in the car accident, or can you give me more details?
yes, he was not in the car. It was a bystander. However, that experience, uh, that experience was a very near miss for him.
Okay. Could we have a message for Mike?
That trauma is going to, it's going to stick with you for, it's going to stick with you for the rest of your life unless you learn how to let it go in this session.
Okay, let's talk about his wife, Barb. Can you switch and tell me information about Mike's wife, Barb?
Yes.
Can you tell me what you see?
I see a lady with really big, like butterfly-ish glasses. Black hair pulled into a ponytail and kind of a stern-looking face.
Is Barb ill?
Mentally, but not like a mental disease or anything like that. It's just more of her sickness comes from the mind, from her job specifically.
What should she do to prepare for what's next?
Honestly, she should take a break, give herself a couple of days to take a deep, relaxing breath.
Will her health cause her to perish soon?
No.
So do a body scan of Barb and tell me what is wrong with Barb.
She has some kind of blockage in the right hemisphere of the brain.
Can we bring healing into this?
Yes.
What does the healing look like? Like, how are you doing that?
I am envisioning as a form of concentrated white energy, like a laser, pointed directly at that blockage to remove it.
How many children does Barb have?
Barb has 3 children.
How many living children does Barb have?
Barb has 1 living child.
Okay. will Derek's orders, let's move forward to Derek.
Okay.
We have now moved forward to talk about Derek. Will Derek's orders be moved?
Will Derek's orders be moved?
Or changed? Yes.
Changed? Yes.
Where will they be moved to or changed to?
Or Brad?
What will he do there?
He'll provide assistance. He'll provide assistance to the brigade commander.
Will he finish his school as an honor grad?
No.
Okay, there was an encounter the other day that I had. Let's now move to information about myself. What happened at our new location last week? It involves me in being here.
Some kind of spiritual attack that left you shocked. So I'm seeing a green energy, a green negative energy that didn't cause deliberate damage to you as a person, but definitely interfered with your plans.
What is it that we were detecting in the house?
There's that green tentacle energy.
It's interesting you say tentacle. Did that have anything to do with Neptune?
Possibly. Possibly, but I'm not entirely certain.
How long will Neptune's energy stay in this time zone?
1 more week.
So in the house, we have smelled like very strange odors. that the neighbors say that the previous owners did not have at all. What was that we were smelling or seeing?
Did Chris ever have a cat?
Say again?
Did Chris ever have a cat?
Not one of his own, no.
There's definitely some kind, I sense, some kind of a cat-like or feline energy, better terms, pissing all over your stuff, claiming that space as its own.
What is with the smoke that we smelt in the house?
I don't know.
Okay. What about the vandalism within the house? Was that naturally occurring? Can you look and see?
No. There's that same entity creating that vandalism.
Is it a physical person?
It is not a physical person.
Is it something left from the previous tenants?
Residual, yes.
Can you speak with it and tell them that they have moved along with their energy has moved?
Yes.
Is it willing to let us be and our stuff?
It feels very defensive.
Why is it?
It's very territorial, very protective about that space. It will move. It has moved.
Why?
Now it is done.
Okay, thank you. Why is it protective of this space?
I don't think that the space itself is anything special. It's more so what that energy is familiar with, has been familiar with. And so, where everything was expected and ordered and familiar, as it became changed and unfamiliar, new energy entered its presence, it was scared and defensive.
did any of the things that I did help mediate the transition of the energy?
No, because it felt it felt as if the potential more of a challenge or more of a means to uproot and displace that energy.
And now that we're moving out,
Now that you're moving out,
yes, how does it feel now that we're moving out?
feels I don't feel anything from it anymore.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. Let's move back to Donovan. Will you answer questions about Donovan?
Yes.
What is his leg? You said on the body scan he had tension in his leg. What is that from?
That's from an overcompensation. Physically, it's from overcompensation and imbalance.
How can he prepare his body for complete healing after surgery?
The majority of surgical recovery comes from energy and breath work. If the energy is focused on the surgical areas, then the process is most likely going to take longer to, the healing process is most likely going to take longer to happen. Whereas if energy is focused on bringing in that, either that golden healing energy or that crystalline energy to the body, that will do more good than focusing on idle thoughts or on whatever leftover discomfort there is from that surgery.
What does God intend for him to do with his life? What is Donovan's life purpose?
God intends on to be genuine, authentic, and a world that presence necessarily welcome authenticity or genuine kindness. His job and his purpose right now is to find a way to alleviate people's suffering while still doing his job as expected of him. He will go back to her. He will live in her. Even after he exits the office.
What will he do in Europe?
He will find work at an embassy, and that work will enable him to connect with the European governments and enable other job opportunities.
Will that be the light from his cave?
Yes.
So when Donovan was being born, his mother said it felt like angels were in the room. Can you replay that scene for Donovan and show him who was there in the room? And can you tell me about it?
Yes. The angels that she felt were ancestral spirits from both my mother's and my father's side. God's angels were there as well, but God's angels were there as well, but the majority of his presences were his ancestors, giving their blessings, giving their love, their guidance. The angels were there to welcome me into my lifetime of service with God.
How many of them were there?
There were 24 members, and there were 12 angels.
Are there different colors how can you tell the difference between a member and an angel?
The wings and the brightness with which the energy shone.
And how could his mom tell in that moment?
Her entire sensitive system was completely open and incredibly sensitive.
Could she view them as well?
No, but she could feel them.
Do they have a message for Donovan right now?
They have always been with him. They will always be with him. And when something needs to happen, they will make it happen.
That's a great message. Now, how will Donovan know when they're communicating or sending him messages?
There is an urgent, when receiving messages in the form of thoughts, there's always an urgency to those messages. In the form of thoughts, where the thoughts are more like waves where they come and they go. They come in and they come out. The messages that these angels leave are more commanding. They have more presence. They want to be noticed. And with the miracles that happen in this reality, those are the experiences that could have happened no other way had it been for divine intervention.
Okay, how can Donovan know when he is being guided by an answer as opposed to him logically thinking through and receiving or forcing the answer himself?
A lot of the time, the answer will come. The answer will come before the question is even finished. And when there is silence, that silence either evolves into more silence, or it becomes thought. And that thought still has that capacity to be the rest of that message coming through. But if it's not allowed to come naturally in its own time, it becomes a logical thought.
And what is something that Donovan would know to recognize whenever it's his logical thought guiding him, or if it's higher power or the consciousness, the collective consciousness?
The amount of thought that goes into an answer before it's verbalized or it is acted upon. If he starts thinking about it, then the answer becomes logical. If he allows himself to stay quiet and go deeper with that knowledge, and there's a better chance of that knowledge coming through.
Does Donovan have any obstacles while in session?
No. He just believes that he does, because session is still something that is very new to him. So he still doesn't understand fully how to explore that silence and how to how to how to connect with other threads of the subconscious. All of that takes some time, repetition.
Is he using the right product to regrow his hair?
Yes.
Should he use something else with that?
You should use the shampoo that is second.
Does he need to take the vitamin D?
He doesn't need to.
What does the vitamin D do for him?
As of right now, vitamin D itself doesn't do a great deal. He gets more from being outside, from being in the sun, than he does from even the vitamin D itself.
And what about his diet? Does he have a good diet?
It's okay. The biggest issue in his diet right now is that it comes from the feedback. And so, with that, at quite a variety as the feedback offers, it still does not offer him the best possible nutritional options.
But is it providing him with the nutrition that he needs?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you show him the past life that you showed him?
I showed him that past life because he needs to know that it's relatable to be caged with no apparent way out, but by surrendering that need to be elsewhere or do something or change his circumstance, by accepting where he's at now, that is escape from that it will come in its own time, but not a moment before it is supposed to.
Do you have a message for Donovan?
Your woman is coming in your own time, but you need to let that happen. And on that same note, you need to let go of all of those relationships or thought patterns or thought processes. You've done a good job, a great job so far, using to continue enabling that process, because when you get tripped up, you allow yourself to stay tripped up. That takes you further from your goals. Your goals being that of totally letting go of those old relationships and giving and creating that new body.
Do you have a message for humanity?
For humanity, if we were supposed to know the full truth about the Epstein files, they would have released the entire redacted version. They still have control of those files, and they're still protecting the people in power. So remember that, and for the love of humanity, act upon it.
And how are we supposed to act upon that?
By advocating for the full, undiluted release of these files.
Okay, what just happened right outside my door? What was that?
I'll say, as a mom, some kind of bird person, not that door.
Oh, I'm talking about the thing in the sky that's red. What is that? Like, I'm looking right at it.
I don't know, but it's scary.
You said it's scary?
It is scary.
It is scary. Alright, so where have I moved to? What is this? And why I felt I was being led to come here? Why was I being led to come here?
You were led here to sit in the energy of this space and bring it peace.
Did I do enough in the time that I was here?
Yes.
And what do I do with the time that I have left?
Allow the energy here to be brought to stillness.
Is that where it started 2 days ago, with stillness?
Yes.
And how long will that last? Like
That will last well into the next residence recital.
Okay. So even if I leave next week, it'll carry through for the next tenants?
Yes.
So, one last question before I let you go. What are the things that I'm seeing in the sky here? It's very different from what I've seen over in Germany. What is going on here?
There is a different assigned group of extraterrestrial beings that are monitoring the airspace over Berkeley. They have a different task and a different function. Their job is to communicate and update their Starfleet on the use of the secret government intelligence and the capabilities of the U.S. government, specifically the U.S. government military.
So what is my role in that?
Your role can be one of two things. It's your choice. You can either be an informant, or you can be an observer.
An informant to who?
To these extraterrestrial beings that monitor the cyberspace.
And what type of beings are they?
They are not part of the Galactic Federation. They are working with the Orion constellations. They are not here as a sinister force. Again, their job is intelligence collecting and dispersion.
So is it similar to the Greys?
Say again?
Is it similar to the Greys?
Yes.
So they're artificial.
Yes.
So what is Donovan's role in this?
Donovan's role with these specific creatures is to not engage them, not engage with them, even though they probe in his dreams. It is up to him to resist that energy leakage and transfer.
Is he still a super soldier in this secret space program?
No, he's not.
Did they release him from that?
Yes.
Is that why he's having a difficult time finding himself?
Yes.
And what did they release him from?
Say that again?
What did they release him from? Like, what was his job?
In the super space fleet?
Yes.
His job was a forward observer on the movements broadcasting further into our solar system in an attempt to monitor the incoming and outgoing traffic of starships to Earth.
And how many years of service did he do that?
47.
Is that a link to why he was having difficulty growing his hair?
Yes.
So, after the 47 years, how did he get back to the age he is now?
When they released him from service and he returned to Earth, the aging process slowed down. So instead of living with cells that are growing, being replaced at 3 times the speed, they're now back to normal.
Did they digress him?
I sure hope not.
How did they, I guess, slow it down?
Slow down?
You said his cells were going at 3 times the limit, and now they're normal. How did that happen?
In a chamber similar to an MRI scan, where instead of playing a very intense frequency, they played a much calmer frequency. So instead of the cells being in an agitated state, cells returned to a homeostatic state.
And do you know what the frequency rates were?
No.
Okay. Does the Aragonite, what does the Aragonite do? The energy transmuter, what does that do?
The Aragonite amplifies the energy in its tubes. So when the energy is, so particularly when it's in a, when it's directly in the person's aura, It's the energy gets amplified in those tubes and gets broadcasted to the atmosphere.
And does it matter the size of a rub mat?
Yes, size matters depending on the effect that you're trying to have. If you're trying to have a personal effect, then a smaller one is just fine. If you're trying to impact and affect, you need a larger one or several.
So the ones I brought with and placed in this house are good for transmuting this community.
Not the entire community, but definitely the surrounding houses.
Okay. Well, I want to give thanks to the subconscious for being with us today. I thank you for all the information that you have provided Donovan and myself, and I'm asking the subconsciousness to recede to where it belongs, with much love and much thanks to help with the information it has been given us today. I know that Donovan will appreciate it, and I want all the entities from all the other lives to recede into the past, to the time where they belong, with much love and thanks for the information they have given us. And remember, the things in the past belong in the past, and we will leave them in the past. We only brought them forward as a curiosity to learn from, to have information to help us with the present lifetime. In that way, they're very valuable. And as Donovan listens to the recording and reviews the material and puts the information into place, it will not bother him in any way, mentally or physically. That is very important, that it will not bother him in any way, mentally or physically. That is very important. I would like the subconsciousness and personality of Donovan to once again return fully and integrate back into the body. Now all of the consciousness and personality of Donovan to once again return and fully integrate back into the body, replacing all the other parts that we were speaking with. And I would like Donovan to move up, up, up through time and space and orient yourself back here in the present day, this day, February 7th, 2026. You are lying here in your bed. You just had a very interesting experience, and I want you to remember that the present life you are living now is the most important life of all, because it's the one you're focused on at the present time. And any information we can find in this way is very valuable, and it will not bother you or harm you in any way. That's very important, that it will not bother you in any way. I'm going to count to 10, and on the count of 10, you'll be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over, as though you've had a nice nap, a relaxing sleep. You'll feel truly rested and refreshed. Anytime you do this, it will be an enjoyable experience. Now, follow me up as we go, up to the count of 10, and you'll feel wonderful and wide awake. 1, 2. You're beginning to breathe a bit faster. Your body is a bit moving, and your blood is circulating a little bit faster because you're beginning to wake up. 3, 4. You're beginning to become more aware of your physical body, very much aware of your body. 5, 6. You can move your muscles and arms and legs. They're working and circulating. 7, 8. You're aware of sounds in the room and outside the room. You're aware of your surroundings, and you're oriented back here in this time and space in your room in Carolina. 9, 10. You're beginning to wake up, Coming up nicely, you're wide awake, feeling wonderful all over.
Oh, yeah.